everybody. Hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. How you guys doing? It is Thursday, November 19th, 2020, and I just wanted to pop in, say hi, see what's going on with you guys, catch you up with what's going on in here. Been busy these last couple of days. I'm always busy. Helps me to get out of bed. I got my hair cut. What do y'all think? Y'all, it looked like somebody shaved the dog by the time she got done with me. I have not had a haircut since March of 2020. And the day after I had my appointment, the state shut everything down and she was closed for 2 months. I don't know, maybe I thought she wasn't back at work, but whatever. I talked to her yesterday and she said, oh no, we opened in May. So in addition to getting my hair cut, I was able yesterday morning to finish the binding on Bringing Home the Christmas Tree. This is a Laurie Holt quilt from her vintage Christmas book. Those of you that have been with me for a while, you've seen it several times. This is it. I will link to this below. I'll put the book and everything. You're a little ambitious if you wanted to start it right now, but if you were interested in doing it for next year, it is the cutest little thing. Well, it's not little, it's pretty big. I love it. I think it turned out adorable. Let me back this chair up here. There we go. I used, the backing is a 108 that I got from Connecting Threads. And here's the binding. I machine bind all of my quilts. And I've got videos to my binding method. I'll put a link to them below. But what I do is I sew it to the front just like regular. And then I flip it over to the back and stitch in the ditch from the front. And that's what it looks like up close. Y'all, life's too short. I get no enjoyment whatsoever from hand binding. I know a lot of you do, and I think that's great, but that's not my thing. I make no apologies for it. I really don't. That's why I'm Power Tools with Thread, not Power Tools with hand needles. So this is done, and that's wonderful. And the label I put on the back was a Laurie Holt. Also a Laurie Holt label. Okay, and I just wrote on it, and I used Heat and Bond Light. This is not anything for show, you guys, so I just ironed it on. It's fine. And if it decides to come off in the wash, which I don't wash my quilts because they don't get dirty. This one won't be gifted or given away. I like it. It's my first Laurie Holt quilt, and I'm very, very pleased with how it turned out, so I'm going to keep it. So, very happy with it. Look at the points on those trees, you guys. How about that, huh? I love it. I think it's great. So I'm going to hold on to it. Oh, the fabric that is the binding is a Kimberbell Basics, I think is what it's called. And I got it from Reb's Fab Stash. I cut it off. But yeah, it's Kimberbell Designs for Maywood Studio. It's just a red with a tiny, tiny little white dot. And I thought that would look perfect. I thought I had enough of this to go around my Fa La La quilt as well. But I don't, and after looking at it, I think I want to do the outside of the Fa La La in green instead of red. It's fine. I've got some green around here that'll work just fine. And the other Laurie Holt quilt that I'm working on right now, there is the scissors row behind me. You can see that that's all done. And now I'm just waiting for the next Sew by Row month to come in. It might be pin cushions, it might not. I don't know. It depends on how they want to ship them out. This is what that quilt is going to look like. So I got this one from Stitch in Heaven, which is a quilt shop in Texas that I'm doing this one through. But the link I put below is to the Fat Quarter shop. And you'll get the book, and then like a month later or whenever, then you'll get a thing of fabric. So not on the same schedule as me, just so you know. But if you want to make it, it's just adorable. It's a lot of fun too. Here's my $15 buttons for the Sew by Row. It was $15 with shipping. I know I shouldn't complain. But the buttons, the color of the buttons are identical to the shades of color in the fabric. Oh, when I was talking about how I'm left brain and I don't do fabric shading and all that well or matching, one of you had mentioned and suggested I look at Karen Brown's channel on her videos on color theory. Y'all, I have watched those and watch them because I keep thinking, well, maybe if I watch them enough, one day a light bulb will go on over my head. All I hear is Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. I don't understand it. It's not that I don't understand it. It's that my brain doesn't. All I know is everybody has their own gifts. That's not one of mine. I told y'all that I had a birthday last week. Well, Missouri Star sent me a $5 it's your birthday. So they had an Island Boutiques. I'm not going to open this up. I don't want them all to fall out. But anyway, they had this and I went ahead and got it. I should have waited until they had like the free shipping day. What they had on their free shipping day, they'd had something on sale that I would have wanted, then I'd have waited. But you never know if that's coming around or when that's coming around. But I wasn't going to let my $5 coupon go to waste. So I got this. And then Connecting Threads is having sales all, I think, for the rest of the month. And they're having a special every single day. And like yesterday, they had free batting with a certain amount. And then today, there's like 25% off all the kits. I'll put a link to that below as well. And in our Facebook group, if you're interested in joining, please join us. We're just over 4,000 members in our Facebook group. That's insane to me. Crazy. And lots of inspiration there. Lots of stuff going on. Anyway, they had a sale. Did I get an email? Or did I just run across it? I can't remember. Anyway, they had their confetti half-yard cuts. These are Moda Fabrics. Confetti half-yard cuts. And y'all, there's 17 of them in here. $83. That's a deal. That's a deal. And these are such fun prints. You can do so much with these things. I would use them like any other ombre fabric. It's just going to have an extra little pizzazz in there. I'll be using this stuff for sure. I think it's too cute. That even looks like snowflakes, doesn't it? It's just beautiful stuff. 17 half-yard cuts for $83. That was a deal. And since it was over their minimum shipping amount, the shipping was free. In spring of 2020, I had talked about making snowballs for my son and his wife and the kids for Christmas. And the pattern is from Embroidery Garden. And so I had started them and I hadn't gotten real far. And so now I'm in full-on snowball mode. There's 6 snow faces per pattern, per set. So I'm doing these, and I found it's a little bit easier to embroider if you don't stitch these all the way together first. Like that one, they kind of curl a little bit when you stitch them together first. So it just lays a little flatter. And I've got 2 or 3 of the faces already done, and then everybody has their name. That's my youngest grandson. And then, so everybody has their name on their snowballs. See, there's Daddy's. It's my son. And yeah, so they'll be able to keep track of them and everything. And I thought about putting them into big stockings and packaging the stockings. I don't know. Because that would be cool for them to each get a stocking full of snowballs. And so I've got 5 people and 6 faces each. So that's 30 snowballs. See, here's Mommy's. Isn't that just precious? Look at that, you guys. They can have a snowball fight in the living room on Christmas morning. I think that's too cute. Too fun. Too fun. Of course, now the dog's probably going to get a hold of these. I need to start in the evening. You do have to hand stuff and hand stitch these, so I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that at all. But, you know, the things we do for our kids, right? Creative Notions monthly subscription. The first thing they sent out in the beginning of the year was the Maker's Planner. Well, every month in the Maker's Planner, they have a quilt block. I'm doing December's, which is coming up pretty soon. And Vicki sent me the fabric for it because I'm a contributor to the big quilt that is going to be going to a deserving somebody who gets nominated. I'm not putting in a nomination. But, so she sent me the instructions on how to make the quilt. Those of you who are subscribers will get it in the kit coming up pretty soon. And one of the things that I'm doing for the donation quilt is she wanted a block on the back that had a list of everybody who had submitted or contributed to the quilt. And let me show you what I came up with. So here's my computer screen and my keyboard. Here's my computer screen, and that's what it's going to look like. And it was in the middle of stitching out, and I decided to make this video, so it's kind of stopped. It's in a pink right now with purple, dark purple, and it's going to go on this pretty dotty fabric. So I might change the pink to a darker pink. But let me show you what it's looking like so far. Look at that. It was just stitching out power tools with thread. So I have a cutaway stabilizer on the back, and it's not real wrinkly. I think I'll be able to press that out using that OESD press cloth. So this is just my first run at it to see how it goes. I'm going to take a picture of it when I'm done. There's my Harley dog. So I'm going to take a picture of it when I'm done and send it to Vicki and get her okay on it or not. Okay, so that's what I've been working on in here. I got a couple of cool things to show you that have come in the mail, and they're going to need their own video. But lastly, I have got a lot of new subscribers, and so I wanted to show you guys. My husband makes these, and I will put a link below to the video of him actually making these things. These are seam ripper stiletto combos. Somebody had asked me about what are good gifts for Christmas for quilters. Y'all, this is it. My husband makes all of these. They are all different beautiful colors. You see them? I don't want them to fall. And they're a seam ripper and a stiletto, and they are so nice. Everybody who gets them just absolutely loves them. Let me open up, let me see, like here's a purple swirl. These sell out like crazy. He's out there making them right now. So they're really nice. They have a nice weight to them. They feel good, especially if you have arthritic fingers. And there is your seam ripper, and it just tucks inside like that. So you can use your seam ripper. And they come with a little tray so they don't roll around. And he puts a little groove in, 2 grooves in one end, and that way you can tell your ends apart. And there's a stiletto, which is very nice to help you get fabric underneath that presser foot without getting your fingers in the way. Especially nice if you make bags. But anyway, these are really, really nice. There is a link below the video to our store. I just wanted to show you that because everybody's starting to look for stuff for their quilty friends for Christmas. Another thing, if you have a friend who does embroidery, or maybe you do yourself machine embroidery, I've got Power Tools with Thread USB sticks. These are so cute. There's 4 gig on one of these little sticks. They say Power Tools with Thread, go sew something. And you would know that this is yours and nobody can steal it. It's just kind of a cute little thing to have in your sewing room, give you a little motivation to go sew something. I have a white one in here with black lettering on it, and I use it all the time back and forth between the computer and Spanky. All right, you guys, that's it for right now. I've got so many ideas for videos I need to do and things that need to be made, and it's just, we're running out of time, and it's only heading into the end of November right now. But all right, we'll talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.